This is Sandy Cheeks.
This is Jade Sierra, and this is the I Need You to Know podcast.
Great.
Welcome back.
Welcome.
Okay. Hey, bestie.
Hey, girl.
How you been?
Ooh, you know what? Actually been really good.
That's good.
Yeah.
We've been good.
We have been good.
We had a lit weekend.
We did.
We had a really
We did.
lit weekend.
Mm-hmm.
We were in Houston in the 8.
Hey. He was.
It was so much fun. Did you enjoy yourself?
I did. I had so much fun. Like, I want to go back.
No, seriously.
Because, like, as soon as we got back, I was looking up other festivals. Did you not get me? I sent you one.
You do?
I did.
I gotta look. I didn't have to look.
Yeah.
But Houston did give us the vibe.
Yo, the vibes were vibing. Like, it was. I think that was not my first festival I've gone to, but something like that, it definitely
Yeah.
was great.
Yeah. Despite like the rain.
Oh,
Like, the vibes. Well, let's tell them the festival.
Yeah.
So we went to the Honeyland Festival
mm-hmm.
in Houston. It was a 2-day festival.
It was.
They had many different artists.
Yes.
But I'll let you tell them about the one that you wanted to see.
Oh, y'all, I was so hyped because I finally got to see Mary, and that's Auntie Mary J. Blige.
Okay.
Oh my God, I've been a fan of hers for quite some time, bro.
No,
Like,
seriously.
oh my God, like she
Her
was
story.
everything. Yes, her
Have you seen her
story.
documentary?
Yes,
It is. Oh my God, I learned so much stuff about her that I never knew.
right.
And I feel like she doesn't get enough credit though.
I don't think so either. And you know what? I learned more about her. Angie Martinez, because I love Angie Martinez too. Like, I love both of them, but their friendship is everything,
I
bro.
didn't know they were friends.
They're best friends.
What?
Yes,
That makes sense though.
they used to do
They're
crack
very-
together.
They used to do what?
No, they
You
used to
said
do drugs.
coke.
I said crack. Yeah, no. Okay. Jokes aside, no. Yeah, they used to do drugs together.
Oh. Well,
Yeah.
as long as they living a sober life now.
Oh, very much
You
so.
know.
Very much so. No, but
Sometimes you gotta.
I learned more about her reading Angie Martinez's book.
Okay.
She talks about her.
Okay, I need to read that then.
You most definitely do, because Angie also has like a really like good story, like, and everything she's gone through. Like, I'm a big fan of both of them.
I always liked her
Yeah.
interviews and all of that. I love her voice for some reason. It's weird.
It's so soothing, and
It is.
honestly, like, she's Puerto Rican, right? But
She
just,
is?
yeah, Angie Martinez.
I didn't know that.
Yes, she's Puerto Rican, and it's just, even though, okay, I'm Mexican, but still the fact that representation, bro.
Yeah.
Representation.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, like, because I don't know, I've always liked watching interviews and stuff. Girl, okay, don't laugh at me. It's going to age me, but I used to watch 106 in Park all the
Girl,
time.
What do you mean?
When AJ
in free.
and
I used to be in school to go watch it. What do you
Girl,
mean?
and then when Roxy and
When,
Terrence,
Terrence,
yes,
AJ.
they did good, but there wasn't no AJ and Free.
And I feel like Bow Wow did pretty good.
Girl, he
He
did
did
alright.
okay.
He did
wasn't
alright.
horrible.
He did alright.
He did okay. Remember the little Bow Wow challenge? Y'all remember that?
Wait, he
When
was lying.
like he was gonna pray.
He was like, I'm a PJ. What PJ?
What PJ?
Your
Because
pajamas?
we know you got the money, but
Right.
you just wasn't on it. Okay.
It's okay, baby. You got a lie to kick it.
No, seriously. But the festival was, I would say, my overall experience, despite the rain, the food, everything, I would say it gave me very much a 10 out of 10.
Definitely
With the rain, maybe like an 8 out of 10. But as far as like the artists, them performing, like Lucky Day.
Oh my God, he's so fine, y'all. I fell in love with him.
Yeah, he really is fine.
Yeah.
But he sounds just like his records. Though.
Yes.
Just like his records.
Yes.
That's so incredible.
I love that.
Yeah, that was.
Now, was that your first festival?
That was my first festival. I've
Okay.
been to concerts, but
Mhm.
that was my very first festival.
Yeah?
Yeah, and I enjoyed myself.
I love that you loved
It was lit.
Because, y'all, I love going to concerts, festivals. Like, yeah, I'm that person. Like, I'd rather do that than go to the club.
Really?
Yeah. Because, like, when you hear the music live, it just, it
Mhm.
puts you in a different, like, it just feels different. It hits different.
It definitely was a different vibe. Just being next to people that
Yeah.
love the artist or knows all the songs like you. Like when Mary J. Blige was singing "I'm Going Down" and I was screaming, y'all,
baby, like, my voice got raspy
like
the next day.
The lady next to me was like, I know that's right. We were just singing. Like,
I even forgot y'all were there.
It's okay.
I forgot too. I forgot y'all were there.
I glanced to make sure you were still.
Girl, I forgot. No, because I was in front of y'all, and I had to look back every so often. I was like, oh shit, I'm with people, because I normally go to concerts by myself. Yeah. And so I'm just like having to worry about me. And then I was like, oh shit, I'm not alone. Like, I was like, wait, hold on, where they at? Yeah. So as long as y'all two were together, I was okay, because I was like, baby, I can make my way. Like, I can find my way. I always do. It was so good. Oh my God,
Mary
I got
so good.
She did amazing. But okay, think about it. And I know I said it before, but just think about it. Like, this was a festival, right? There was like a bunch of other people. She came last. She was kind of late, y'all, but I'm not gonna hold it against her because it is Mary.
And it was raining too.
And it was raining.
And they had to constantly wipe
after.
And then she even said she had to like restructure
everything.
Do,
so. Which I can understand. So that's why I'm not gonna do no Lauryn Hill thing, but whatever. A little. No, but just imagine her doing a show, just her. Yeah. Like, it's gonna be like 10 times, like 1,000 times better.
I don't think people realize, because when you think of like artists, right? And you think about performances, I think people first go to like Beyonce, right? People like, oh, Beyonce. And I love Beyonce. I think she's a wonderful performer. And I think when I thought about like Mary J., I was like, I don't think she was giving me a big performance. Ooh, baby. I was in for a shock.
Because you got to think about it. Mary's been in the game for over, I'm not going to age her, but some years. But yeah. And so she got hit after hit after hit after hit. Girl.
But to still connect with your audience. Like,
yeah,
I love that. When I hear her artists, like, when I've seen Fantasia before, I've seen Jasmine Sullivan before, and I know how they connect with their artists. And I love Mary J, right? But I had never seen her perform. But for her to connect, and when she was like getting down and she was getting grimy with it, she was
just like you can still hear the pain in her voice. Like, I love it.
She's singing those songs as if she just made them like 2 days ago. Yeah. And you felt that. It was such energy.
Like, oh, like, I can go on and on and talk about Mary. Like, I love her, y'all. Like, she did her thug thizzle. I ain't gonna lie. She ate that shit up and left no crumbs.
But yeah, that festival was really amazing. I can't wait for them to come back. They had great food, great energy. The people that we were talking to Houston just gave us a good time. You know, I'm a Dallas girl. I'm an Oak Cliff native. Like, that's all I know. So for me to be in a different area, the only thing I was like, they just kept saying, Houston, put your H's up. And I was just like,
girl,
Oak Cliff. I was like,
I ain't even gonna say nothing, because I was like, bro, I ain't even from here.
I was like, I'm not from here. But
I'm not from here, but hey,
Texas. I was like, girl, you Texan now. You got the Texas stamp. Okay. You know what I mean? Okay. Put it in, Texas. But it was a vibe.
It was. It was great. Like, the people was great. Oh, girl. And then the signer. Oh, girl, she was going off. Ooh.
When they was doing Sexy Red.
Yes. And they driven out back that ass up. Yeah. Oh, my God. I loved it.
They was giving it.
I know she was.
You know who else did really good? Like, well, sounded good to me, because sometimes when it comes to rappers, I feel like it's a real slippery slope with performances. Either it's very lackluster, or you can't understand anything they're saying. But these OGs, though, the All-Stars, I mean, Zero, Slim Thug, Bun B, they was giving it.
Bun B, okay, I was hoping he was, and I'm so glad he performed. Because I was like, oh, I hope so, so. And low-key, I'm a little disappointed we didn't get to see the Drink Champs. Because they interviewed him, and I was like, oh, I know. Yes. Drink Champs, I need you to hurry up and drop that episode, because I need to see what's up. But
I love Drink Champs.
Me too.
If we ever get there, put us on there.
Girl, Noriega, what's up, baby?
We get lit.
What's up?
I don't want him to get too drunk, because sometimes he get too drunk in those interviews. Did you see the one with Snoop Dogg? And he just kept repeating the question. Yeah. And Snoop Dogg was looking irritated. He was just like, man, I didn't answer his name, bro. Come on. You can't hold your weed, can't hold your drink. But yeah, he really can't. Yeah, he really can't.
Baby, Naughty, I'm going to need you to, like, get it together. Get it together, please.
But yeah, that definitely was a vibe. But speaking of stories and Mary J. Blige having this big story about her life, and abuse, and all the things she's overcome. Girl, how do you feel about this Diddy situation?
You know what? Diddy's been on the news for a lot of things, and I'm like, I'm ready to see the documentary. Like,
Surviving Diddy.
Oh, yes.
When is it leaking? When is it dropping?
And where? Because subscription. Here I come.
Yeah.
Like, I'm ready to see.
Did you read any of the main? It was like 35 pages of the lawsuit. Did you read any of it?
No.
I
what did
read
it say?
A lot of it.
What did it say?
So first, let me say this. Cassie, the lawyer that she had, is the lawyer that put Harvey Weinstein away. It is a high-profile lawyer. There's no way he would have taken that case if there was not any evidence. There's no way. He wouldn't put his career, in jeopardy for some BS. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So for him to take that case, when I read most of the 35 pages, she was putting hotel names. She had her ducks in a row, right?
She got her receipts, y'all.
Right? And what I think, this is my personal opinion. I don't know these people, but what I think it was, maybe she has been, I don't want to say the word extorting because it sounds really horrible, but I want to say she was maybe like, hey, you do need to pay me something because I know stuff. And he probably was giving her like all this pushback, and she was just like, oh, you think I'm playing? He's gonna drop that, and then you see how quickly he ended up paying her.
Right? Yeah, because they did settle, right? Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Not even 24, 48 hours after she did the lawsuit.
Yeah.
So it definitely has to be some truth to it.
Oh, of course.
And, I mean, granted, we've always gotten those stories about P. Diddy, about him being very weird. Even when he was in his Drink Champs interview, he was calling him daddy. It was just very like uncomfortable, like, right? But a really big issue that I have with the industry is how parents are so quick to give up their children or give up guardianship of their children to these men or grown people that they know, they don't know. Aaliyah, Usher, Justin Bieber, and I love JB. I love JB, and I'm gonna stick beside JB.
Oh,
okay. First of all, I'm gonna stick beside him because I feel like people know. I feel like stuff has happened to him that he has not said because people sexualize him as a kid. Like, if
girl, B2K.
Oh, girl,
B2K. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that because first of all, who was it? Not Little Fizz, the other one. It was a cousin. It was one of the cousins, right?
Marcus?
No. It was a short one. Well, I mean, there was
Rand B.
Yeah, there you go. Okay,
of course, Rand B.
No, like before the Millennial Tour, he was like talking about, no, y'all need to apologize to me. This, and that happened. Like something happened with one of their managers where he like did some inappropriate.
Wasn't it Marcus Houston, right?
No, but Marcus Houston had a different one.
Chris Stokes.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
And aren't they related? If I'm not mistaken, that's his cousin or something.
That's even worse.
So it was something of that sort. I'm not going to quote it, but yeah.
Yeah, don't quote us on anything, y'all. Yeah. It's just
off the dome, y'all.
Yeah. But y'all know what we're trying to get at.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, I really think he has some issues. Like, even like Orlando Brown from That's So Raven.
Oh, yeah.
I definitely believe some of the stuff that he says. I think people are so quick to say people are crazy, right? Like Kanye, he's crazy. I feel like
Britney Spears, another one.
Yeah, they always want to say this person is crazy. You don't even know the trauma that they're probably trying to suppress that makes them seem crazy. Like, or you portray them as crazy when they just don't know how to deal with their emotional baggage.
Who's the white girl? And I'm sorry, y'all, but who's the white girl? No, is it Amanda Bynes?
Amanda Bynes. Was she the one that kind of went a little
crazy? No. But there's another. I think there's another white girl who's coming out with her like podcast talking about like the industry people is weird, and they give her, what is her name? I don't know. But yeah,
was she like on Disney Channel or something?
I think so, or was it Miley Cyrus?
Jeanette McCurdy? She wrote that book that said "I Hate My Mom," or it's entitled "F My Mom" or "I Hate My Mom" or "I'm Glad My Mom's Dead," something like that.
Yeah,
Jeanette McCurdy.
Okay, so
Jeanette McCurdy.
Which one is that one, girl?
She played in iCarly. She's the blonde head.
Yes. Yes. Okay,
Yeah.
her. So I think she's coming out with a podcast and she's just gonna lay it all out. And I'm like, ooh, baby, I'm ready for all of that. Because
her book was very telling.
Was it?
It was very, because what's that guy's name? Dan Schneider? That he was over like Nickelodeon, right? And he did a lot of inappropriate things with the children that were in the shows. And even if you go back and watch old episodes like of iCarly and stuff, it would be weird stuff
was
that would
something
happen.
about like he had like a foot fetish or something like that.
Yeah, he would like throw hot dog wieners and like it would just be weird, creepy stuff. Like, dude, calm down.
And this is giving a lot of, it's giving conspiracy theory, and you know how I love me a good conspiracy theory. Oh, girl, I love me a good conspiracy theory. But they say that a lot of like the Disney kids, they do go through a lot of stuff like that, especially like with the big movies, like, you know, and so and I'm just like, ooh, that's weird.
To double back on Jeanette though, because I love Jeanette. Just even reading parts of her book, it was like very telling. And the reason why it was like called "I'm Glad My Mom's Dead" was because her mom was basically
allowing
it and kind of being abusive in her own way and taking her money. It was just a lot of different things, and like. It's so sad. Like,
well, Drew Barrymore is a perfect example. I feel like that's like, it goes way back. I mean, you young, but E.T. days, you know, y'all. She was in on that movie E.T.
Yeah.
And so her mom allowed her to go to all these like grown up parties where there was drugs, alcohol, like a bunch of wild shit. So she went through I think she went to
did she have an addiction?
She did. Yeah. At a very young age, she had to go to one of those rehab centers like when she was like a teenager, middle school or some shit like that. And I'm like, dang, her mom let her do that. And I'm like, oh no.
That is terrifying.
It is very terrifying.
Hopefully with this situation with Diddy and Cassie, it exposes some things. And I was telling someone this earlier, like he already has this open case with the Tupac situation, right?
Oh, that's another thing.
They're already looping him in that situation. So it's like that plus that. And you know, people are quick to say, well, maybe he's trying to buy a network or something. No, the man is getting caught and people is not playing with people no more. No, lock him up. Like y'all locked up R. Kelly, you should lock up him parents.
Suge Knight.
Lock him up.
They had Suge Knight.
Lock him up. Come
get him. I like it. Okay.
But yeah, girl, some of this
I'm so messy.
I might like it. I don't know.
I like it.
I don't think they would because they like control. I don't think so. I think they're infatuated with being able to control like people and control situations. So since they would be in prison, they wouldn't be able to control that.
He does give very controlling vibes.
Yeah.
Like with Kim, with him, I mean with Cassidy, J-Lo.
I just told somebody, I said, if J-Lo come out and say something, they definitely gonna do something about it. Because I feel like she is, I wouldn't say she's America's sweetheart, but she's like,
girl, she's Puerto Rican. She's from the Bronx.
Puerto Rican sweetheart. Okay, whatever. But she's a person that people would listen to if she spoke out, I feel like.
I can kind of see it. I can kind of see it. But I'm like, really? Because it's Cassidy. Like, she was also like, I feel like she was like a real sweetheart too. Like, she wasn't really in no mess. Like, she was.
Yes, but I don't feel like she had the credibility to some degree. You know what I mean? Whereas J-Lo, just because think about how the world is today. If you're not up here, people don't really listen to you.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? True. Like, if you're not up here at this level, people don't really care about what you're saying. But when you were down here, everyone, you know, you had the same story for here. You know what I mean? So it's one of those situations where she ain't popping, so ain't nobody listening.
And that's so sad.
And that's horrible.
That is so sad. I hate that. That's why I hate it. Like, one thing I hate is when women lie when they say they've gone through some stuff, because I'm like that one lady, with the highway kid. What was her name?
Carly.
I was so mad. I was so mad because, girl, like, you had people out here really like who gave up.
No, seriously.
And they was looking for you, and then it turns out like, oh, you just did all this. Yeah.
Girl, I ought to go snatch her edges.
Because, girl, there's girls out there missing, being abused, and all this stuff. And then for you to do some stuff, it takes the credibility of other women, because it's like, now who you gonna believe?
Yeah, it's horrible.
I really do hate that, because it's just, girl, don't get me started.
Because if you honestly, if you want to even take it back further, I can get real racial right now. We can talk about even Teal, baby. We ain't gonna go there. But we can talk about how the lady lied and said this man whistled at her, and he lost his life. But we ain't gonna go there. Y'all ain't ready for that. We ain't gonna go there. But
not today.
Not today. But we gonna go there. But even with that situation, like, it kind of reminds me of Kiki, right? Kiki Palmer. You remember when she had came out and said that Trey Songz had honest, and no one believed her. Everyone was like, Trey Songz wouldn't want Kiki.
And then she was acting so weird, because didn't she hide in the closet? She said she hid in the closet for some hours.
And then now all these reports of Trey Songz doing this to women, like, now y'all listen. What's the girl named Slim or Slime or something? She came out and said it, and now they believe in, like, but when Kiki said it, nobody believed it. Like, are y'all kidding me? Like, what? Girl. Speaking of Kiki,
let's talk about it.
Kiki, girl. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about this abuse, honey. So, basically, Kiki filed a restraining order against her child's father because he abused her. She leaked some photos of the abuse. It looks like he threw up across the couch. Videos. Yeah. She went into depth about it, and I was very team Kiki, and I'm still team Kiki. I love Kiki, but he dropped some receipts himself too as well.
I haven't seen those. What he said?
Yeah, he dropped some receipts that she actually put her hands on him as well sometimes. And I'm not saying, because I am I've been in a very abusive relationship before. It was 100 years ago. So I understand how when someone is, like, physical to you, you kind of take on that trait and you become physical back. Yeah. Because you feel like you have to fight back. So I get it. And of course, we don't know the ins and outs of that relationship.
Right.
However, it seems like to me that they were both pretty toxic.
Yeah.
He seemed like he was controlling, that he was very, like, abusive or insecure because he may not have the financial backing that she had. And you know that swipes at a man's ego, you know, because she's the breadwinner. Let's be quite honest. But then my thing becomes, and this is me speaking from a Black woman's perspective. I see a lot of Black women in Hollywood that are rich and successful. They always go for these men that don't have nothing, that's not even to their level. And I'm speaking on her, like, you took someone that didn't even have the same background as you. And I'm not saying that you know, don't love somebody, but I want you to be realistic, right? That, let's think about Nicki Minaj. I'm a Nicki fan.
I used to be a bar.
I love Nicki, back in the day. But I'm like, girl, why would you marry this man? You could have married any man.
No, for real.
Billionaire. Yeah. Lawyer. All these people, you know what I mean? And you decide to, I don't want to say down yourself, but you kind of down yourself because you get with these men that use you, clearly abuse you. So I feel like also as women, and me myself personally, we do have to take accountability, because sometimes, like, when you know your worth, you shouldn't settle for anything less. Yeah. And that's what it boils down to for me.
And I'm glad you said the accountability, like, because I feel like a lot of people come like, oh, women don't take it. Okay, yes, there are certain women that don't take accountability, but there are some that they do. But I feel like with that, it's men and women that don't take accountability. And we need to do better. Yeah. Like, come on, y'all. Yeah. But, yeah, it's
one of those situations where I wasn't in the room when they were slapping each other. So I would just let them have it, okay? As long as the baby is safe. I don't feel like they should be together. I feel like when he made that tweet about her with Usher, because that's when it kind of stemmed from, right? That he was mad that she was dancing with Usher, and he got insecure about that. And then, girl,
it's Usher. It's a performer. First of all, Usher is a performer. He's an artist. Like, he's gonna do stuff to draw attention. It wasn't that serious. It was not that serious, because like, look at all his videos from prior to Kiki. He was singing and dancing.
Me like that. I might be single too. I don't know, because if Usher.
No, but and then also, like, to go back to Kiki and her relationship, like, okay, first of all, like, if he put hands on you first, okay, I go ahead, gotta fight back. Yeah. But my thing, me personally, I'm not gonna hit a man.
Yeah.
Because like I know my strength, and it doesn't matter. I can be all tough and this and that, but I know at the end of the day, a man is gonna be a lot tougher than me.
Yeah.
So no, like I might, throw a few things, on the side, get my little anger out, whatever. But I am never. Yeah. I mean, I said never. I will try so hard not to hit a man first.
I learned.
But if a man gonna hit me first,
yeah.
I mean, I might get my ass beat, but I'm not gonna go down without a fight. Yeah. But
yeah, my dad used to tell me, he was like, Jade, do not put your hands on a man, because guess what, honey, you gonna get me running.
Natural reflex, they just gonna hit you.
Yeah, you don't want to put other people in situations like that. That's why I'm very quick. Like, if I feel like I need to put my hands on you, we shouldn't be together. Yeah. Goodbye. Like, it's never that deep for me.
Walk it off. Walk it off.
Bye, big dog.
Go take a walk. Take a lap. Take a lap, big dog. Take a lap.
Even with but also with the Keke Farmer situation, her mom, Darius, that's her baby.
Girl, her mom messy. She said, bisexual, girl. Hey. Usher didn't call her straight. First of all, why? Okay, I didn't see that video. I saw part of the video, but like I think I was at work and I was like, oh wait, let me.
Yeah.
So what exactly did she say?
Oh, girl, and I quote.
Yeah, please.
The mama was like, you was all. She was like yelling. She was like, your mom raised a punk. Your mom, like, she was going off.
To Usher or to Darius?
Darius. Ooh. She was going off for her daughter. And people were like, her mom shouldn't be in that situation. Y'all don't know my mama.
Yeah.
Miss Rinka. Miss Rinka. Y'all think her mama talk crazy? Get with my mama. If that was my situation, my mom would have ate that man alive.
Okay.
And she ended up, I guess, exposing Usher in a way, because she was like, you were jealous of Usher, and Usher is bisexual. Everybody in the industry knows that. She was like in a rant. Yes. Loud and in a rant. And then she came double back after it was leaked and said that she was just saying it because she was trying to get him not to be mad at Keke. But if you listen to that recording, you can tell when somebody's mad and they really telling the truth. That lady was telling the truth. I don't care what nobody say. That lady was telling the truth.
I believe that. I believe her though. I believe her.
Why Usher gotta catch straight?
I mean, well, I mean, it be like that sometimes.
Remember Usher had that case a few years ago? The herpes. And wasn't it from a man? It was men in the case too, bro. Y'all gonna bypass that like that?
Y'all be forgetting something. Y'all be forgetting.
I don't be forgetting.
Y'all be kidding. Like, no, I know you don't, but people just don't be remembering stuff. I'm like,
yo. At home, like, what I gotta do with this?
Right? What do you
mean? I'm over here trying to practice.
Yeah,
I'm trying to practice.
Well, you wanted to get on stage with Usher? You do your little.
I still would have, because it was there goes my baby. I would have been lit, but still,
well, he's bisexual, so you got a chance still. You can do your little Eiffel Tower.
You thought it was funny. It's not funny, but no. Hopefully Keke is in a better place, safe with her child. Leotis, that's the baby name. That's an old name. We ain't gonna talk about that baby name, but his name is Leotis.
At least it's not what, Apple?
Pear. Hold on, wait. Is it who baby name is Apple? It's a celebrity name.
It's a white girl.
Yeah.
It's a white girl. It's a white people.
Oh my God.
Y'all.
Hopefully she in a better place right now.
I'm gonna need y'all.
But she's hosting like the Soul Train Awards next week. So
Keke? Yeah. I thought Yes, she. No, I thought it was
normally Gina and Pam.
Yeah, no, but I thought it was gonna be DC Young Fly and some other girl.
No, it's Keke. Ooh. And I said, this is show the time and gonna be kind of funny.
Yeah, she gonna bring some shit up.
I hope she bring it up.
I hope she bring it up.
And the gag is it was fake. You know she loves saying it. And the gag is. I like Keke.
I love her. But child.
Speaking of these deceptions in the streets, did you listen to Party's remix for Megan Thee Stallion?
I'm sick of him because why you gonna bring Megan? It's what he said. It's this not for Megan. This is Megan the person. First of all, sir, didn't you cheat on her while she was going on trial? Wasn't you? You was talking about you a feminist. You there for, but what wasn't you cheating on her? Oh, but y'all ain't ready for that.
I ain't ready for it because I really liked him, but now he's showing his true colors. It's like, bro, dang.
What's that saying? You're not sorry. You just sorry you got caught.
Pretty much.
Like,
pretty much. He tried to basically kind of expose her. And this is why I hate when relationships go sour and they go public. Me personally, if you my friend, my man, my family member, and you get on social media and blast or make a post or anything about what's going on, it's a dead wrap. We will never, ever talk again. And I promise you that. If you bring it to the internet.
All right, Taylor Swift, we ain't never getting back together.
Together. Like, I'm so serious. Like, and I feel like maybe when she made that song, maybe that kind of triggered for him. Like, okay, you gonna talk about me cheating. And he got a lot of hate for it, right? So I can't be mad at him for, like, coming back and saying anything. I really can't be. Because she did say something. I'm not saying she shouldn't have put it in a song because she's an artist. You were at liberty to do whatever you want. You know what I mean?
But wait, she cheated on him?
No, she put it in a song that he cheated on her in the bed, right?
Oh.
So when she did that, everybody was like in his comments like dragging him. So like you kind of initiated that, right? And I'm not saying she was wrong for putting in a song. Girl, do your thing.
Okay, my bad, y'all. I did forget about that. So yeah, okay, Megan, you shouldn't have brought that. Because it's tit for tat at this point now. But still, like, I just feel like
he just put a name on it. He said, "You making assumptions, Megan, a person. You know what I'm talking about. I ain't mad at it."
But how is she making assumptions when she caught you in y'all's bed?
But she never did put his name, right? She never did say, "Okay, this was partisan," right? But people automatically assumed it. So when he did his remix, he was just like, "I'm telling you exactly who I'm talking about. I'm not hiding my hand or nothing." So I respect that a little bit more than.
I mean, yeah, but still, like, no, sir, because like, how you know, I don't know. This just the whole thing it's not. I'm a girl's girl, but I am also gonna be like, okay, let's do some accountability. But still, this whole situation.
I'm a girl's girl, but I'm like, let's be for real though. Like, y'all be acting like y'all be doing what y'all be doing. Like, she knew what she was doing when she made that song.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm not gonna lie. The song is about. I love the video, but she knew what she was doing, man.
She did.
Hold up. I think I'm, a little bit. But other than that, like, girl, I feel like it's been so crazy in the media today. Like, it's honestly hard to keep track of, like, being aligned with God. Yeah. Like, it really is, to be honest.
Ooh, like, girl. We gonna go there?
We gonna go there,
We gonna go there? Okay.
We gonna go there.
Okay. You think they all need Jesus in their life?
I don't want to tell people. You know what? I don't like telling people what they need because only you know what you need. But what I will tell you, and now if you ask me from my personal experience, I'll tell you about my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. You know, but I'm not gonna, ever give nobody like, hey, you need Jesus. And I feel like that's where a lot of young people stray away from God when people are trying to press it into them, like go so hard. Like, and I'm not saying you shouldn't go hard. You should always go hard for our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, but you have to also understand who your audience is and who you're speaking to. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think it's all in the delivery. It's just okay. And y'all, I love music, I love rap, but it's all, if you think about it this way, it's in the rapper's delivery. So when you talking to somebody, God, relationships, friendships, whatever it is, it's all in how you deliver that message to that person. And I feel like when you're like, oh, you should do that, you're pushing, and what that's causing is you're causing the person to be pushed away. So yeah, I agree. What is your relationship with God? Like, how's your relationship with, and how and when did it start?
So how did it start? It started probably before I was even born or thought of. Because I was raised in like a super Christian household. My grandpa was a pastor. So
very southern.
Very southern.
I like it.
So when I say I was at church Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, second service, singing in the choir, vacation Bible school, Wednesday night service.
Just church, summer school.
Everything. Girl, no, that was vacation Bible school. Girl, it's summer school. We learned about the Bible. Mm-hmm. I was in that my whole life. So I've always knew about God and about church and stuff like that. But I didn't actually have a relationship with God until I would say probably 6 or 7 years ago. Like I knew about God, and of course you hear it all the time when you're like in that household. You hear about it all the time, right? But you honestly don't develop a relationship with God until you develop a relationship with God. You know what I mean? Because being a kid growing up in church all the time, you go to church every Sunday, and you automatically think, yeah, I got a relationship with God. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. No, you don't. Until you actually go through something and you need God. And you really have to have a relationship with God. It's no more playing and going playing church. You actually have to grow that relationship, build on that relationship, rely on that relationship. You know what I mean? So for me, even though I've known God my whole life, I didn't actually start having a relationship with God until 7 years ago.
And what does that relationship look like to you? Like now to you?
Like now to me.
Actually, hold on. What did it look like back then? And what does it look like now?
So back then, I would say about 7 years ago, I was in definitely a different space and a mindset. I would say I was astray from God at that time. I was really astray from God, probably about 7 years ago. And then around the time where I got pregnant is when I was like, yeah, I gotta lean on something greater than myself. And the only thing I knew to lean on was God. So when I found out I was pregnant, like my whole mindset kind of changed to where I actually harped on growing and building that relationship with God, to a point where when I lost my daughter and lost my grandpa in a 6-month time difference, I was able to deal with that situation better than I would have if it was like previously 7 years ago. Because even like losing my daughter, my dad brings this up to me all the time. He's like, I don't understand. He's like, you was the strong one. Everybody else was broken. And I was just like, Daddy, it's because God kind of prepared me for this in a way, because I used to work at a funeral home, quote unquote, and I would see like babies all the time and stuff like that. And like, in my mind, I was kind of prepared for if something goes wrong, I kind of know how to move, right? Like, I know, of course, you can be emotional, you cry, you grieve. That's totally fine, right? Yeah. But you also have to keep your mind stayed on God, to be honest, so that you don't go down the road of depression and self-harm and that sort of thing. So I feel like because I started working on a relationship with God at the beginning of my pregnancy, I was able to deal with losing my daughter and losing my grandpa a lot better than a lot of my family, even today. It got deep fast.
It did, y'all. No, but I like this. It's levels. There's levels. Do you did you ever feel like church was pushed on you? Or had like
most definitely.
Okay.
It wasn't a choice.
It was a choice.
Where your pantyhose at? Where you slip? You got your slip on? Yeah, that's my grandma was the first lady, a real first lady. Like where your pantyhose, where you slip, and still kind of act like one right now. Like if I wear something that's like, she'd be like, you look cute, but you sure should put on some pantyhose. Gritty, this is a summer dress, so I'm
not the pantyhose, yo.
But yeah.
Okay, that's well.
Was church pushed on you?
Okay. Okay.
Well, what's your religious background first?
Okay, so being the fact that I'm Mexican,
yeah, I didn't know.
Right? No, I just feel like a lot of Hispanic, not just Mexicans, but a lot of Hispanics, very much so Catholic.
Yeah.
I was gonna say so. When I lived in Mexico, I did go to church a lot. My mom, and I feel like my mom took us because of my grandma, her mom. And I actually, before we left Mexico, I was going to, I think like, Bible study or whatever. So I can get my, we call it Primera Comunión. I don't know what it translates to English.
Like something medical.
No, Primera Comunión is your, what is it in English?
Is it like a Bible's degree?
What you mean?
Like, is it something about church? It's like
it's like your communion, your first communion. Yeah, that's what it is. Sorry. So
Bible's degree.
Bible's degree. So that's what I was going to the little classes to get that. So I don't have, but I have been baptized.
Yeah.
I just don't have my whole communion thing. My older brother does though. Me and my younger brother, we heathens. I'm just kidding, y'all. Calm down. I love to say that because it sounds funny to me, y'all. But when we came back to the United States, we stayed with my other grandma. That's my brother's grandma. My brother's grandma. So she at the time, well, she still is Jehovah's Witness.
Oh wow.
So
is that normal? Like to be like Mexican and be Jehovah's Witness? Because I've never really heard of.
You wouldn't think so, but there's a lot of Hispanics that are that are into like all of that. So my relationship with the whole God and everything, like it's been kind of rocky since a kid. Yeah. So
I can tell by the way you said God and everything.
Because so my mom taught us how to pray.
Right.
My mom taught us like, you should have a relationship with God. Mm-hmm. She was because she went when she was a kid. She went to nun school.
Okay.
Yeah, she went to an all nun school. Yeah. So again, my mom's older, so stuff back in the day, it was a lot different. She hated it because they were able to get hit
with the rollers.
Yeah, all of that. So my mom was like, I don't want to enforce that on you guys, but she still kind of, because of my grandma, and she was like, I do want you guys to have a relationship with God. Mm-hmm. So she was like, as long as you pray to him and talk to him, have a relationship with him, mm-hmm. it doesn't matter whether you go to church or not. So that's why I feel like with me, like, that's why I don't. And then also my grandma, her mom, I had a conversation with her a few years prior to her passing. Mm-hmm. So that's why I'm kind of like, she told me, because I told her, I was like, she was very much so. She was very, very like Catholic, you know, you don't do this, you don't do that. But because I was her favorite, and I like to tell people that I was her favorite. I don't know if I was, but she was like, you know, as long as, told me the same thing, as long as you have the relationship with God, she was like, I feel like you shouldn't have to feel like going. Like, I feel like if it's natural and it's genuine, then go. Yeah. But if you're being forced or you're forcing it, then she was like, there's nothing genuine about that. So don't disrespect him like that. Yeah. So there are moments where I'm like, I feel like I should go to church, mm-hmm. and if I have, and I hate to say it like this, but if I have the time, I'll go. Mm-hmm. I'll go. But it's just church and religion was pushed on me when we came back through my other grandma, my father's mother. Mm-hmm. And my relationship with that lady has not been the greatest. So it was very traumatic for me.
So, I'm about to ask some questions. Maybe a little bit in your business.
Okay.
Let me know if it's too much. So, would you say the constant back and forth, because you said like, I want to say, did you say like 2 different religions?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Catholic and Jehovah's Witness.
So do you think because there wasn't like a clear defined, I guess, way to be, that maybe made you like, you know what, I'd just rather not, and just build on what I know rather than lean more towards one than the other? Does that make sense?
It does make sense. So yes, kind of. I lean more towards Catholic. So when people ask me like, you know, my religion, I tell them I believe in God, but I do lean more towards Catholic because Catholics, we believe in saints and things like that. Mm-hmm. So the saint that I lean more towards is La Virgen de Guadalupe, the Virgin Mary. Mm-hmm. So I mean, I pray to God, mm-hmm. but I'm like, the Virgin Mary's like, well, she brought it.
Okay, so what's your hesitation
in regards to
God? Because when you said it, you was like, I believe in God. You kind of like hesitated. I want to see what that was. Let's tear it back.
Okay.
Let's bring it back.
So this reminds me of Nacho Libre. You just hate me because I believe in science. Because I do believe in science.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
I believe it. Okay, so I did some research, y'all. I did some research. So there was a point in my life where I was praying every day. 2-3 times a day I was praying to God, and then somehow I lost I don't want to say that faith, but I lost that practice. And I don't know why. I'm still trying to kind of figure out why or how, but I started to do some research, like how far religion goes, faith, spirituality and stuff like that, because back in the days before, you know, the white people came in, you know, the conquistadores and all that stuff, and you gonna laugh, but I really did do my research. So our indigenous people, they was believing in Earth, Mother Earth, the sun, the moon, the stars. Like we had like our own goddesses and gods and all this stuff, right? So I'm like, where exactly does God come in? Type of thing. So I was kind of battling. I was having my own battle with that. Like, I believe in God, but I also believe in like these natural, like mother nature, the spirits, the cosmos, whatever, stars and the moons type of shit. So I kind of battled with that. So that's why I'm like, I don't know if I'm making sense.
No, no. Honestly, it makes perfect sense. It's kind of like the Big Bang Theory. How people say that, you know, the Big Bang is the reason why we're here, and whereas with us, God created heaven and earth. For me, because so for me, I believe in science as well, but I also believe in God. Now, also with that, they can be very sticky for people because people are like, no, this and the third. I will tell you this because my grandpa was a pastor, and we were Baptist, primitive Baptist to be exact. But my grandpa actually, he had a lot of friends from different religions, Muslim friends. He had all type of friends. And I remember one day as a kid, I was asking my grandpa, I'm like, how do you know which religion is the religion you're supposed to go to get to heaven? I asked my grandpa that. He said, it doesn't matter about the religion. Because almost all religions align the same. They do. You do unto others as you want them to do unto you. You don't kill nobody. You don't be deceitful. You don't cheat. You don't mistreat people. As long as you get the message, I don't think the religion practice even matters. And this is why I say that Hindu is probably the oldest religion. It is. Yeah, I know a little bit of something, a little bit of history or something. And when Christianity came, it came about through Judaism, right? If I'm not mistaken, I know a little bit, maybe I don't know too much. I'm probably not the person even be talking about this, right? It's a lot of different plays off of this, that, and the third. This is what it is. This is that, whatever, right? Everything has its same principle. And I'm with you. And this is where I used to be judgmental. When people used to say the universe, right? And I used to be like, don't call it the universe. Say God. Don't call it the universe. Say God. And I had to realize that for some people, it makes more sense to them that way. Whereas with me, God makes more sense for me. And I'm not going to judge you because I'm not here to judge nobody, right? As long as you get the message that you do right by people. I feel like you are A-okay. I don't feel like that really matters as far as like trying to get the right terminology, because even like when some people say, people call Jesus 100 different names that they may not agree to, you know what I mean? It's just so many moving pieces when it comes to religion. And I think people miss the whole premise of it. I think people pay attention to one small portion. Like a lot of Christians, especially Black Christians, they harp on gay or being
Hispanics too. Let's get it done.
And that's just honest. And I'm gonna be honest. I lived in a household that was so like, no, absolutely, right. But I always had friends that were gay. And I remember one time I was talking about my friend. I might have been talking to my grandma. I don't know. I was probably talking to my dad about it, and they got disgusted. And I had to tell them, I was just like, they're no better than anybody else. There are people that's cheating on their husbands, cheating on their wives, people having sex before marriage. No sin is bigger than the other.
That's another thing. I'm glad you brought that up because that was my thing. So my brother's grandma. Again, I have issues with this lady, and I don't care. She knows it.
Oh Lord. Trauma.
Big time. No, but my thing was, I saw it a lot from her. Like she was very, she's a hypocrite. Mm-hmm. And I don't like that. And the fact, like the people from her church, and then just people in general that go to church sometimes, like y'all saying, oh, you can't do this and that, and oh, that's not ladylike, that's not godly. Okay, but wasn't you cheating with a married man? Didn't you have sex before marriage? Didn't this and that? Don't come for me. Don't come for me when your life is not perfect. Because when you're pointing at me, guess what? You got these 3 fingers pointing back.
Girl, I ain't heard that since middle school.
Girl. No, but I'm serious. I'm serious. Like, that's why I'm not judging. Like, I can't really judge nobody either. Also, because, like, I am far from perfect. So, and this one thing, like, I've noticed a lot in churches, and that's why I, like, stay away from them, because how are you going to sit there? You don't know me. You don't know what I've been through. You don't know my life. You wasn't there. You wasn't shooting with me in the gym.
Oh Lord! Like, even hanging out with,
like, you know what I mean? Like, don't judge me before trying to get to know me.
Yeah, and I think that's the problem there. I think when you prejudge someone, you lose that person.
Yeah.
So if you go into every situation looking at everything negative about them, you lose that person. If you were trying to convert them, you know what I mean? You're losing a person. And this is why when I meet people and I go into situations, and people may not even know it, they'll be like, "You have a glow about you. You have a glow about you." For me, I take that, I have a glow from God about me, right? But people would say that to me all the time, like, you have just a glow about you. You just be very, like, positive. I can see something about you. Sometimes you don't have to tell people what you have in you. It just shows. So if you're a good person and you're doing the right things, I don't feel like that even matters.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like people harp on the negative and try to find something wrong with everything. And you shouldn't wear this. You shouldn't dress that. I also believe in things should be appropriate, decent, and in order.
Read the room, y'all. Like, read the room.
Of course, like,
decent and in order. Yeah. You
like,
know that there's a time and place for everything. Like,
come on now.
I'm not gonna go to church and be wearing like a booty dress or showing my ass. Like,
the Bible says, "Come as you are."
Yeah, well, he didn't say that,
but that's not what it meant. It meant your heart. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? He talking about your heart. But you know, people take stuff, they twist it. And I think also people, it's so much, especially in social media now with young people, crystals and all this stuff. Do you, boo? I don't play around with it. I don't play with the fortune tellers. I just don't play with stuff like
spirituality.
Is that considered spiritual?
I feel like it is. So I looked up the differences between spirituality, faith, and religion. So all 3 have the same thing in common, is the faith. Because in spirituality, you have to have faith in something. Faith is you having trust,
confidence in something.
Yeah.
Right.
Religion, you're trusting somebody, you're trusting God, you know what I'm saying? Like, or what? Again, whatever God you guys pray to, I don't know. But that's what they have in common. And I'm like, it really, like, all of them go way, way back, you know, BC time.
Seriously, yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, before, like, and again, I'm gonna take it back there, but before the conquistadores came, the white people came and take over all these, you know, continents, countries, whatever you want to call them. Like, every indigenous person, tribe had their own beliefs.
Right.
And and I'm sorry, but they had their own goddesses and gods that they prayed to, that they believed to. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like it all ties down to spirituality.
Yeah, I mean, all of it, you know, and the thing about that, all of that changes over time. You know what I mean?
And they do.
Everything changes over time. Probably 10 years from now, maybe something totally different. Same form, but different, you know, fonts. But for me, like, I always thought that spirituality and religion was like one and the same. For me, and this is the way I view it. Of course, people might view it differently. So for me, when people are asking me, like, you know, what's going on, I'll be like, well, I'm on a spiritual healing journey, right? And people be like, okay, well, what does that mean? For me, I'm not saying that my relationship with God has been 100% all the time. I've late, I would say earlier part of this month or last month, I was feeling very lost and numb. Like I kept saying, I can't feel nothing. I don't feel God. I don't feel anything. And I was like, I feel like God has forgotten. I said this to my granny. I feel like God forgot me. Like I'm like, Granny, I'm praying and I just don't feel nothing. I don't feel nothing. My mind, my heart is just like not. It just don't feel right. I just don't feel anything. And my granny was like, baby, you in a spiritual warfare. She was like, your spirit, like your soul is battling spiritually. And whether you have negative forces around you or negative energy around you, it's toying with you. She was like, you need to go pray. I'm like, Granny, I'm praying, but I don't feel it. She was like, when the last time you been in church? And mind you, y'all, I work 2 jobs. So most Sundays I work. And my granny I'm like, Granny, I watch church. She was like, no, baby, you need to go sit in the church. She was like, sometimes you need to sit in that room and just soak in the energy. Because I don't think people realize, have you ever been in a room with a whole bunch of people and one person can walk in and absorb all the energy yes. And everybody numb and looking crazy now? It's that type of thing. So sometimes you need a spiritual or energy recharge. So you need to go sit in church, or you need to go sit around some type of positive force that you can, recharge your battery. And I was talking to my granny about it. And I was like, Granny, you're right. I do. I need to go sit in the church. So I haven't been in a physical church house in quite some time just because I work so much. But I'm kind of getting out of that space because I'm kind of forcing myself to take out negative stuff. And I don't think people realize that what we listen to, what we watch plays a part in our mind.
Yeah, because everything has frequency and it has the energy and all that stuff. And that's gonna be it's taking a little bit away from like God, but everything has energy, like some type of form of energy.
I mean, what's
good or bad? Yeah,
just take it back to high school. You know what I mean? But no, seriously, like, and I had to realize, like, I had to stop watching, like, because I watch Usher, I watch Ratchet TV, baby. I be watching the baddies. I be baby daddy. Like sometimes you gotta cut off like that type of music, that type of shows you watch, and reprogram your mind. And ever since I've kind of like pushed it to the side and kind of reprogrammed my mind, I've been reading more and all this stuff. Like I feel like a weight lifting off my shoulder. So I'm trying to get back to that place where I'm starting to feel more, starting to actually feel in the moment instead of just sitting here and just like everybody's having fun and I just don't feel nothing. So I'm kind of like in that place right now in my life. And granted, they say that when you start to feel like those spiritual warfares or those uncomfortable feelings is because something greater is happening and the negative energy or the devil is like trying to take that away from you. So you got to kind of like fight through it, Yeah. So and that's where I am.
So I feel like sometimes as humans, we just need or want something to believe in. Whether that's God, the spirits, the stars, and the moons, whatever. And that's fine. I'm okay with it. Like you said, I don't judge anybody, but don't enforce your beliefs on me. I'm here. Like, if you want, like I said, you want to talk about God, I will sit here and talk about God with you all you want. Because I want to learn more. Like my younger brother, my little brother, he's read the Bible front to back. I think like 3 or 4 times. So that little boy, he knows like everything. He's so into all that. What? Me, I don't even know how to read I don't even know how to read a Bible. I'm sorry. I don't. Yes, please forgive me. But I don't. But because like when I'm the type of person, like if you keep pushing me and pushing me and pushing me, guess what? You gonna have that fight by yourself. Yeah. I'm just gonna walk out. You pushing me away. Yeah. Let me go to it on my terms, on my time. Don't push that on me. Okay. But I'm here like, I'll listen. Like, I want to learn more because one thing I don't like to talk about is politics and religion. Why? Because I have very little knowledge of it. Yeah. I can hold a conversation, but you start spitting facts, I'm like, I don't know if you're right or wrong. You could be lying to me, and I could be like, oh yeah, that's not right. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. So I steer away from those topics because I can't. I don't know. I can tell you that I know he says God loves everybody, all his children, but why is there people hating on the gays, hating on this, hating on that?
Because humans are still human. That's just like people kill people. People are still people. They're human. God put us on this earth to give us free will, free range, no restrictions. But he also gave us the guidelines and the principles to live by. But he gave you that opportunity to choose, though. So I mean, that's just like when people say, well, why is God allowing people to kill people? Free range. You made that decision. Don't toy God into it. Don't toy God into it. You decided to go do that. You don't toy nobody else into it but yourself. And that's another thing. Accountability. People want stuff to blame.
Yes.
People want to put the blame on everybody else but themselves. And that's a big thing. Yeah. Because that was me at one point in my life where I would always be like, everybody else. And I had to realize, well, girl, when is it going to be you? Like, when is it going to be you?
Good point.
Yeah.
So. No, but I think just religion is a big topic. I'm sorry, but again, like I don't steer away from it. I'm very, very open minded to it. Like I used to love having conversations with my grandma. May she rest in peace. Because at one point she pushed it on my aunts and uncles and my mom and stuff like that. But then I think once like we came about, her grandchildren, she was like, she kind of backed up on it, but she did teach me a lot from the little time that I was able to spend with her. And so I think that's why I still hold on to the Catholic faith.
The much that you have, the little that you have.
Yeah, because I mean, like I said, I'm not big on going to church and things like that because again, to me, I had, and I hate to be so dramatic about it, but it was traumatic to me. Like I was forced to go to a church I hated going to. They made no sense to me because like, why are you treating people this way? Y'all just being hypocrites about it. Yeah. I really much hated it. I dreaded. I would cry, y'all. I would cry and be like, Mom, don't make me go. Don't make me go. I was like, I watched this shit.
Girl, that's how I watched this shit.
Yeah, but I feel, yeah. And so like, that was another thing that with my brother's grandma that kind of was friction was, and that's why I feel like she favors my brother so much because he would go. He would be like, look it, I'll go, whatever. And he did enjoy going with her and stuff like that. Me, on the other hand, baby, no, what is this? This is the devil. Oh. No, and I say that because that was her favorite thing to say. Oh. Like, I remember I remember when I was very young, mind y'all, she told me that the wasn't real. Santa Claus. Oh. Yeah. I don't know because there's a kid with it. So.
Oh, Lord.
But anyways, I don't want to run for him. Yeah. But yeah, no, she told me that she like flat out was like, you gotta go into hell. That's the devil. Da, da, da. I was like, I was young. I was like 7, 8 years old. And I was like,
so your introduction was traumatizing, which kind of shaped you into an adult
that
doesn't know exactly where to go in that situation. So I get it.
In a way, but as like I'm getting older and stuff like that, again, I'm building my, I guess, relationship with God. Like,
and there's nothing wrong with that. That's your spiritual journey. Growing with God or growing to an understanding that there is something more. Learning to forgive. Learning to be rebirth yourself, be a rebirth version of yourself. There's nothing wrong with that. So I definitely just need you to know that it is a long journey and it's not an easy one by far.
It is not, because, and crazy thing is, like, I have had multiple encounters where people are like, they're very like religious and like, oh, like God wanted me to tell you he loves you and this and that, and it'd be just random, and they'd be just saying some stuff that they'd be like, I'm like, okay, you're kind of on point on some things.
And you need to take that. Because little do you know, that may be God's listening ear. Like, that might be God giving you some type of insight. And whether you want to take it or not, you have to be receptive to it.
Did I ever tell you about the dream I had about God?
I don't know if that's on it yet.
We'll talk about it in the car. We'll talk about it in the car. But anyways, I need to know that I am grateful for you, and I appreciate you messaging me about my whole spiritual journey.
Well, I was not, and I need you to know that it's just a long journey, and it's not a perfect one, but it's your journey.
I appreciate you.
Thank you guys.
Thanks.
Like and subscribe.
Tell me there's a truth that I see fake. Yeah, that won't shine through, cause I be doing me. You do you, maybe you should do you. Switch your point of view, watch the change. Girl, it starts with you. Just let you